seen enough death to last 3 lifetimes. Yet I never tire of a good fight. What do you make of that?
What? Nakast!
People say Skyrim is one of the most dangerous places in Tamriel. I think they're wrong. It's me.
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
Cozy little place, isn't this?
Hope you're getting along with Isran. It takes some getting used to. Why in the world did you ever try putting armor on trolls?
What?
I mean, why would that idea even cross your mind?
Oh, well, I'm not sure. I guess it came from fighting them, thinking, what would be worse?
What's the hurry?
Line of thinking I can relate to.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. Sleep if you can. Sleep is for the weak. Watch your back. This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again. I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen, before your friend here loses his patience. Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me. The reason I had it, and why I was down there, it all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it. It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. That's what he's after. He wants to control the sun. Have vampires control the world. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll. I'm sorry. I had heard there were vampire hunters here. I thought they might want to know about a vampire plot to enslave the rest of the world. Was I wrong? Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now? Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity, because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me.
You should have seen me.
Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father.
Took too many risks.
But of course,
But that's what
neither
it
of
was
us
all
can read
about.
it. Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your moth priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a moth priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Well, back before I... you know. The College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Well, I'd come with you, but I don't know if I can trust your friend. Let me know if you want me along.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
If you want to come along, it has to just be me and you.
Be on your guard
I'm
at all
itching for a
times.
fight.
Avoid sleep if you can. Sleep
Such a shame.
is for...
I thought we were getting along so well. I'll head back to Riften if you should have second thoughts.
Were you looking for me? Of course. Let's go.
Even with all my
The
preparations,
tale of the
we
great
can't
moth
be
priest
prepared.
hunt.
The monsters could
That's
strike
something I'd
us
want
at
to
any
read.
moment.
This better not be all the things you just can't be bothered with.
The vampires will show us no mercy. They've proven that.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands. I see I still have much to learn. Lead on.
Archmage or not. A Moth Priest? What in Oblivion do you need a Moth Priest for? Fine, no need to get... The obvious answer is to go to the Imperial City. The Moth Priest make their home in the White Gold Tower. Sometimes they go out looking for Elder Scrolls. Lucky for you, there's a Moth Priest in Skyrim right now, doing just that. He stopped in to do some research in the library, then left for Dragonbridge. If you hurry, you might catch him there. All this knowledge might have... We were able to figure out the last text you brought in. I thought the least I could do is pass the knowledge along. Very funny. Did Enther put you up to this? Wait, are you serious? You have an Elder Scroll? You? I would be honored. Beyond honored to have such a thing here at the college. This opens up entire new realms of research for us. Oh, if only Septimus were here to see this. Thank you. Please, take this. It can't quite compare to an Elder Scroll, but still, you will be remembered for generations for this. Assorted books, scrolls. I'm sure you'll find something useful. Until next time.
We have survived difficult times, and are
Restoration is a perfectly valid school
You can
of
see me?
magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible, or at least transparent. I shall explain to you the mysteries of the Outer Realms. Oh my, that's quite a difficult question. Never they can turn... There are also spells that help in avoiding... There may be a matter... The various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. Go to each... Return the gloves to me. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without... Use the gloves to clear the focal... Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Good day.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
I'm hoping to. Be careful.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn. Something different about you, I can tell. Hope you ain't here to cause trouble.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. A letter. Not sure who from. He wouldn't say, just that he was a friend of yours. Another letter from Rallus. He's starting to scare me a little. Looks like that's it. Got to go. Victory is yours! I submit!
I'm hoping to run my own inn someday.
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
What is it, Redguard?
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
What business to call?
He rode through town not long ago with an escort of soldiers. They didn't stop, just headed south, across the Dragon Bridge.
All right then.
Stop! I yield!
That wasn't me. You were fighting.
I could see you arrived just in time. I think those vampires were getting hungry. It is us. We read these sometime. That is the very purpose that it is the lower floor, the tower. I hope one day to see it restored. These vampires claim you do? All right then, enough mysteries. You have an Elder Scroll. Remarkable. If my knowledge... I will be happy to assist you with your Elder Scroll. Just tell me where... Very well. I'll hurry on my way there before more of those vampires turn up.
Northern Maiden is ship-shape and ready to go.
Oh. I was hoping I wouldn't see you quite so soon. Yes, well, the mercenaries did their jobs. Worth every centime. Of course, they might disagree. The dead ones, anyway. Gods, what a disaster.
Who's there?
I feel like we've done this before.
and I think I see why now. Those soldiers weren't worth much. Where'd you come from? Done and done. Where'd you come from?
I think we're almost... We've developed quite 5,000. I know, you could almost... And Coy, have you got the money? Good, good. This time I'll spring for some more experienced muscle. That should do the trick. Look, this can be a slow... business. Digging takes time. Come around later and I'll have something more interesting to do.
Never should have come here. Time to die. Enough. This.
From the dead.
You can never truly stop it!
fear the dead. Death comes for you now. You are not welcome here.
Nordic ruins, even older than I am. I wonder if the Draugr are as gullible as they were when I was a girl.
impressed you could find a moth priest so quickly. For the reading? Yeah. Just let the old man know when you're ready.
Ah, hello there. Ah, my rescuer. It's good to see you again. It's not exactly the hospitality I'm used to, but your man Isran has seen to my needs well enough. And might I add, this is a remarkable fortress. I have colleagues back home that would love to study this place in detail. Oh, most certainly. Let's find out what secrets the scroll can tell. Now, if everyone will please be quiet, I must concentrate. I see a vision before me, an image of a great bow. I know this weapon. It is Auriel's bow. Now a voice whispers, saying, "Among the night's children, a dread lord will rise. In an age of strife, when dragons return to the realm of men, darkness will mingle with light, and the night and the day will be as one." The voice fades and the words begin to shimmer and distort. But wait, there is more here. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere. I think there is more to the prophecy, recorded in other scrolls. Yes, I see them now. One contains the ancient secrets of the dragons, and the other speaks of the potency of ancient blood. My vision darkens, and I see no more. To know the complete prophecy, we must have the other two scrolls. I must rest now. The reading has made me weary.
Come on, old man. You should get some rest.
Do you have a moment to talk? That moth priest, Dexian. He said we needed 2 other Elder Scrolls. I think I know where we can start looking. Half the people in your little crew would just as soon kill me as talk to me. That doesn't exactly make me want to open up. I got a warmer welcome from my father, and that's saying something. It's not a question of trust, and from what I could tell, I don't even think he sees me as his daughter anymore. I'm just a means to an end. We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is, and if we're lucky, she actually has it herself. The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere safe. Somewhere that my father would never search. Other than that, she wouldn't tell me anything. But the way she said it, someplace he would never search. It was cryptic, yet she called attention to it. Maybe. What I can't figure out is why she said it that way. Besides, I can't imagine a single place my father would avoid looking. And he's had all this time, too. Any ideas? Wait, that almost makes sense. There's a courtyard in the castle. I used to help her tend a garden there. All of the ingredients for our potions came from there. She used to say that my father couldn't stand the place. Too peaceful. Oh, absolutely. But my mother's not a coward. That is, I don't think we'll actually trip over her there, but it's worth a look. True. But I know a way we can get to the courtyard without a route. There's an unused inlet on the northern side of the island that was used by the previous owners to bring supplies into the castle. An old escape tunnel from the castle exits there. I think that's our way in. It's around the side of the castle. Let's move. Yeah?
The Archmage purposely killing your fellow. As if you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college ground.
Yes? What did you need?
Antonio is exactly why I was so restricted.
You are noble, yes? Have you mastered the expert-level distraction spells yet?
You might have learned.
Ah, this is good. It is good to finally be around mages who may be able to keep up with J'zargo. Oh, the only reason you could disagree is because you are losing so badly you can. There is much. There is skill in magic. Mages... Skyrim was not J'zargo's first choice.
Yes? What did you
but
need?
Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is
if you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Take a look. All right then.
Yes? What did you need?
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of... Why am I So you wish to master the arcane arts? I'll gladly share my knowledge with you. Take a look. Until next time.
Yes? What did you need?
Archmage, finally came to your senses, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Tell you what, I'll sell it back to you for 4,000 coins. Oh, very well. I don't know how you expect me to keep this place in order when I can't make a profit.
Yes? What did you need?
I don't care if you wrote it yourself. If you want a book from here, you go. The Arcanium is always accepting new volumes. I'll take what I can get. Assorted books, scrolls. I'm sure you'll find something useful. Mm-hmm.
The Eye of Magnus. Here, but lost. Slipped through our grasp. I wonder what we could have... Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Farewell.
I'm sure you... May I just say it's a My problem... She's but she's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
Getting the best of me. Yes? What did you need? That's a long story. I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from? Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust. The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric lord. Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole. A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason I'd want to lose this gift, especially after what I did to get it. It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here, and I'm alive. I won't give this up. Yes? What did you need? If you think it'll help. I can't wait to see the courtyard again. was sure I heard something. Yes? What did you need?
Wood! Nakast!
This leads out to the courtyard. We've made it to the courtyard. Oh no. What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. It was beautiful. This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait. Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something. I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial. Clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go. I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around. close. I'm sure of it. We're getting close. I'm sure of it. Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? No, you don't. Who's there? I knew I heard it. Done and done. Who's there? Who's there? We're getting close. I'm sure of it. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here. We're getting close. I'm sure of it. I gave it to my mother. Probably smarter than I gave her credit for. Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? Something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there. Not that I have... My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. I had no idea. She had an alchemy set up in her... Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necro... I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up. Any luck yet? You did? Let me see them. I only know what she had a theory about soul gems. That the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them. Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me. About all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge. Yes, you're right. Are we ready then? All right, here goes. My ancestors. She actually did it. Created a portal to Soul Cairn. Incredible. All right, that looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The soul cairn is, well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I'd guess? Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours. My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody. What now? Are you sure? I'm willing to turn you, but you need to think it through. You'd become the very thing you've sworn to destroy. I don't know how the Dawn Guard will react. I understand. Take your time. Are you sure? I'm willing to do it. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the Soul Cairn. I understand. Take your time. Are you sure? You'd become the very thing you've sworn to destroy. I don't know how the Dawn Guard will react. Turning someone is a very personal thing for vampires. It's intimate. For us. I don't want you to feel like I'm forcing you into this. Let's not waste too much time then. I promise to try and make this as painless as possible. Hold still. I promise to try and make this as painless as possible. Hold still. Stories about the Soul Cairn, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined. Look at the sky. What kind of place is this?
Want my advice? Never welch on a bargain with the ideal masters. They don't take it very well.
What a horrible place. No one ever escapes. There is no escape. Why would you even try?
One moment I'm raising a sword against that necromancer, the next moment I found myself here. What happened?
I knew I heard something.
Mother!
It can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you.
So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down. Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Auriel and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molag Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molag Bal on his summoning day. You survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Auriel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. You care nothing for Serana, or our... Whether or not you're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to... Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spots. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it one more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself... The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, let's just say, a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, you should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the what he fails to realize. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only... When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Master. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here. The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunate, since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. I know they're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect. Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the... I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure soul. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here as harvested souls. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.